So flaky people can cause frustration and leave you with a feeling of being not important. So, imagine leaving out your Saturday night for someone who's flaky, who doesn't value you, and, the night comes along and, nothing happens. They might cancel on you, they change plans last minute, and nothing happens. So the first step to dealing with flaky people is to understand why people flake on you or flake on us. Okay, I'm just going to get to the point and I'm going to put it really bluntly. People will flake on you if you're not a priority to them. It just means that basically they're not treating you as a priority and they're only treating you as an option. An option that they can fall back on when, other things don't go as expected. So it just means that they don't really like hanging out with you, but they'll hang out with you when they have nothing else better going on. And I know that may be a really tough pill for some people to swallow, but it's a necessary pill to swallow, and the sooner you swallow the pill, the better your relationships are going to be, the better your friendships are going to be, and, the better your dating life is going to be. So how do you identify a person as being flaky? Well, firstly, you're left with this feeling of, uneasiness, a feeling of doubt, and something just feels off. You can't really put your finger on it, but you just have this gut feeling that, something doesn't feel right. And over time, your gut feeling most of the time proves to be right. They're not reliable and you don't feel like you can trust them. And, you get this feeling that they're only hanging out with you when they have nothing else better going on. And you kind of feel like you're sort of pushing them to hang out with you. It's never like, oh yeah, let's hang out. When are we gonna get together? You feel like you're kind of forcing them to hang out with you, and basically you feel like you're way more into them than they are into you, and it's not a balanced relationship. Remember, all relationships take two people to work, right? You can't have one person doing everything. Okay, that's not a relationship. So a key point is to pay attention to how your hangouts, your dates, or your get-togethers are scheduled. So you got to ask yourself, do you have concrete, specific plans? So specific plans always have a where and a when. So a where, where are you meeting? Okay, so let's meet up at the clock tower at university. That's where. Okay, and then when are you meeting? So when are you meeting? Okay, we're meeting at the clock tower at 1:30 p.m. on Saturday, this Saturday. Okay, so that's a specific plan, right? So now there's a specific appointment. There's a commitment now. Okay, there's a where. Okay, you know where to show up, and then there's a when. You know when to show up. So now that's a commitment. And if that commitment is agreed upon by two people, well, now all there is left to do is for both parties to show up or not show up. Okay, it's an either or situation. So now you got to make sure that you show up on time as agreed. Okay, because if you don't show up on time, then and you make up an excuse or you cancel plans and you change plans last minute, that's going to look really bad on you. So right, so you got to make sure that you follow through on your commitments first, and then pay attention to what the other person does. Right, do they show up on time, or are they an hour late, or do they try to cancel or change plans last minute, or they make up an excuse or something like that, and they just for whatever reason they can't make it. So these are all really subtle details, but you have to pay attention to these things because it gives you an indication of how they perceive the whole situation, how enthusiastic they are about seeing you. Actions always speak louder than words. So it doesn't matter what they say, it just matters if they show up or not, and what they do. So, talking about specific plans, never, ever, 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 ever accept an appointment that is vague or ambiguous. Okay? So this means never accepting "I'll let you know," or "sometime next week," or "sometime on Sunday," or "I'll get back to you," or I'll confirm with you, I'll call you back on the day. Okay, never accept these types of appointments or dates or hangouts or get-togethers. Okay, never wait on someone who gives you this sort of a, smoke and mirrors answer. Okay, your time is precious, and you're not gonna let yourself get jerked around by someone who's giving you these kind of bullshit answers, who he's just not willing to, make concrete specific plans with you because they're not that keen to see you. And I guarantee you 99% of the times, if you agree to something like this, nothing is going to happen and you're going to get flaked on and your time is going to get wasted. Okay. Life's just too short to be, to be giving your time to people who don't value it. Okay. So now some of us may come to the realization that, something just isn't quite right with people who, they're not really committed to see you, they're flaky, and, we may choose to spend our time with people and friends who truly value us. Unluckily, but sadly, this is the reality, but, others, on the other hand, they may choose to continue to spend time with people who flake on them, who don't respect them, who treat them as backups, and they don't have the courage to spend time with people who really value them because, they're caught in a fearful state where they think that, if, they leave, their current relationship that's really mediocre, they won't be able to find better people. And that's really just a self-limiting belief that's totally irrational. And they've just come to believe that, through time and, just doing the same thing over and over again. And, they could be trapped, in a mediocre relationship for, months or years or even a whole lifetime. So please don't do that. And you have to, you gotta muster the courage to stand up for yourself and never settle for anything that, you know that deep down you don't want. And I just want to, end this video with a quote. It's, "Go to where you are celebrated, not where you are merely tolerated." So that's it for this video, and thank you guys for listening.